Colin with Colin Talks Crypto. I just wanted to make a quick video on lost EOS private keys. For those of you who are unfortunate to have lost your EOS private key, all hope is not lost. I have a friend who actually has a considerable amount of EOS, and this person unfortunately lost their EOS private key, which I had carefully put it on a piece of paper for them. The fortunate thing is that we are on the type of a blockchain where we actually have some recourse potentially, and the ability to arbitrate and save people from legitimate wrongnesses. Of course, there's always scammers out there who are trying to do illegal things and shady things, and EOS is not designed to help that kind of a person. But when you have a situation that is justifiably wrong and you can prove it irrefutably, then you absolutely should be given fair recourse and made right and whole again. And that's what's so great about EOS, and that's the innovation that Dan Larimer is bringing to the table with EOS, and I think it's truly awesome. So if you're one of those people who's lost their EOS private keys, you do have recourse. Basically go to the Telegram group EOS 911. EOS 911 is going to make a separate process. So basically they're working on it. So if you use the Ethereum contract that the EOS 911 service put out to prove your ownership of the ETH key and to sign up with your new EOS public and private key, that actually does not count toward this. I thought it might, it doesn't. But there's a very helpful guy in the EOS 911 Telegram group. His name is Liam. I think he's one of the block producers, or works with one of the block producers. Very helpful guy. And so I basically just said, hey, you know, I signed the ETH contract that was up before and proving my ownership of my friend's keys. Am I gonna see any action on this? Am I gonna get any recovery? And he said no. Basically what's gonna happen is there's gonna be a completely new tool written for those people specifically who have lost their EOS private keys. And so he said just to wait. And then I asked him, well, do you have an idea of approximately how long it might take? And he said, no, but just keep checking in the EOS 911 Telegram group. So that really is your resource for checking up on the latest news in regards to if you've lost your EOS private key. So that's some uplifting news. I'm sure of those of you who have lost your EOS private key will probably be very happy to hear that. And so yes, there is hope. You will be made right in the end. And I have no doubt that that will happen. It's just a matter of how soon or how long. But honestly, on any other blockchain, you would have just been totally screwed if you had lost your private key. You just would have no tokens at this point. So the fact that there even is a way and that it will happen is amazing. And whether that takes 2 weeks or even 2 months, I think that those users who have genuinely just lost their EOS private keys will be very, very grateful and indebted to the service that EOS brings to the table here. As far as funding goes, like these ECAF guys are working out of their own pocket. They're not getting funding from EOS. Even though EOS has a 5% annual inflation, specifically 4% of which is supposed to be allocated toward worker proposals, such as the ECAF. But we're so early days that there has been no systems implemented to have the money come from the worker proposal fund and be given out to anyone. And of course, we as voters would have to vote on where that goes, but I'm sure that we would want some kind of arbitration funding to make people whole again in the cases of lost private keys or being scammed. So again, we're very early days and we're just waiting on the infrastructure to be laid out all the way here so that all these things can be put into place. So the ECAF is a very difficult time from what I gather. And actually Liam said also that there's another Telegram group specifically for following the developments on actually being able to allocate those funds for use. So if you want to really be like in the know on what's happening on any recovery cycles or any fund distributions, go to EOS 911 Telegram group, and also go to this other Telegram group that I'm going to put right here. And if you follow those two groups, you will get all the latest information on the subject.